The year is 2000 BC. We are in the Indus Valley. The vast, sun-baked floodplain of the mighty Sindhu River stretches endlessly toward the southern horizon. You are walking down a perfectly straight, meticulously paved avenue of fired red brick. You are standing in the heart of a sprawling, impeccably engineered metropolis. Today, these massive ruins are called Mohenjo-daro, but to you, it is simply the center of the world. It is the absolute, undisputed pinnacle of a staggering, continent-spanning network of over 1,000 cities and settlements. Using advanced AI trained on decades of deep archaeological excavations, isotopic analysis of ancient riverbeds, and the recovered trade ledgers of distant merchant ports, we have completely resurrected this silent, forgotten utopia. We are going to experience a civilization that operated on sheer intellect, uncompromising mathematics, and absolute civic order. Imagine living in a city of immaculate indoor plumbing, trading with the edges of the known world, and writing your name in a language that future generations will spend centuries hopelessly trying to decode. This is 24 hours at the absolute summit of the Indus Valley. The day begins at 5 a.m. The morning air is incredibly humid, carrying the thick, fertile scent of the river silt and the damp clay of the surrounding plains. You wake up on the second floor of your spacious two-story home in the upper citadel. The architecture of your house is a masterpiece of obsessive, introverted urban planning. You do not have large windows facing the street. In a city of 40,000 people, the avenues are highly trafficked and dusty. Instead, your home is built entirely of standard, perfectly uniform baked bricks, with thick walls that face completely inward, centered around a private, open-air courtyard. The design pulls the cool morning air down into the living spaces, creating a perfectly insulated, quiet sanctuary. But the true miracle of your home is not in the sleeping quarters. You walk into a small, specialized brick chamber on the second floor. It is a private bathroom. You stand on a slanted, waterproofed brick floor and pour a clay jug of fresh, clean well water over your head to wash. The wastewater does not pool on the floor. It flows flawlessly down a sloping terracotta pipe built directly into the wall of your house, emptying into a covered, brick-lined municipal sewer system running directly beneath the public streets. You even have a flushing toilet, a brick seat positioned over a chute that drops waste into a subterranean cesspit, which is regularly emptied by city sanitation workers. You take for granted a level of public hygiene and civil engineering that defines the profound sophistication of your entire culture. By 7 a.m., you step out of your heavy wooden front door and walk into the blinding sunlight of the upper city. You are a master merchant, a highly respected member of the civic elite. You walk down streets that are laid out in a flawless, absolute grid pattern. Every major avenue runs perfectly north to south, intersected by cross streets running perfectly east to west. The corners of the buildings are slightly rounded. This is specifically designed to prevent the heavy wooden axles of merchant carts from chipping the brickwork as they make tight turns. The level of central planning is staggering. You walk toward the absolute spiritual and social core of the city, the Great Bath. Your religious focus is entirely built around the concept of purity. The Great Bath is a massive, rectangular brick pool sunken into the courtyard of the citadel. It is completely watertight, sealed with a thick, ingenious layer of natural black bitumen tar imported from distant seeps. You watch as priests and civic leaders descend the brick steps into the pristine water for their morning ritual ablutions. It is a quiet, solemn, profoundly peaceful space. There is only the gentle, rhythmic sound of water cleansing the physical and spiritual dust of the world. By 10 a.m., you descend from the high, fortified platform of the citadel and enter the roaring, endless grid of the lower city. This is the commercial heart of the Indus Valley. The air is thick with the smell of roasting sesame oil, crushed mustard seeds, and the metallic tang of the bronze foundries. You enter the Grand Bazaar. You sit at a wooden table under a woven awning. Sitting across from you is a foreign merchant who has traveled months across the open sea, navigating the treacherous coastal waters to reach your harbors. He speaks a harsh, guttural language, and he is absolutely desperate for your goods. You signal your workers, and they bring out massive, tightly bound bales of incredibly fine, brightly dyed cloth. You are selling cotton. Your civilization is the very first culture on the face of the earth to successfully cultivate, spin, and weave the cotton plant into fabric. To a foreign merchant accustomed to wearing heavy, itchy wool, your lightweight, breathable cotton is a technological marvel. But you do not trade based on rough guesses. You trade on absolute, uncompromising mathematics. You pull a small wooden box from your belt. Inside are perfectly polished cubical weights made of banded chert stone. You place them on a delicate bronze balance scale to weigh the silver and lapis lazuli the foreigner is offering in exchange. These weights are the true superpower of your civilization. Whether you are in this market, or a harbour town 300 miles south, or a frontier outpost in the high mountains, every single weight used by your people is exactly, flawlessly identical. They follow a strict, standardized ratio, doubling in size with absolute precision. This extreme standardization creates an environment of total trust. The economy hums with frictionless perfection because everyone knows the scales are honest. By 1 p.m., the transaction is complete, and it is time for the most iconic, mysterious ritual of your society. You must authorize the shipment. You pull a small square stone from a leather pouch around your neck. It is a masterfully carved seal, barely an inch wide, made of soft, steel-tight stone that has been fired in a kiln to harden it. You press the seal firmly into a wet lump of clay, which is then attached to the ropes binding the cotton bales. When you pull the stone away, it leaves a perfect, raised impression. The image is breathtakingly detailed, a powerful, muscular bull in profile, featuring a single, sweeping horn, the legendary Indus unicorn. But above the bull is something far more profound. Stamped into the clay is a line of 5 distinct geometric symbols. You are writing your name, or perhaps your guild title, in the Indus script. You read the symbols perfectly, from right to left. To you, it is a simple, everyday administrative task. You do not know that thousands of years from now, the greatest linguists, codebreakers, and supercomputers in the world will stare at those exact same 5 symbols, completely baffled, unable to decipher a single syllable of the language you are writing. You are locking your identity into the clay, sealing it behind a linguistic wall that no future era will ever be able to breach. By 4 p.m., the sweltering afternoon heat bakes the massive brick avenues. You walk toward the industrial quarters on the edge of the city. You are inspecting the artisan workshops. You watch a beadmaker working with carnelian, a deep, fiery red stone. Using incredibly sophisticated, microscopic bronze drills, they bore tiny holes straight through the impossibly hard stone. They then etch intricate white geometric patterns onto the surface using a highly corrosive alkaline paste fired in a furnace. These etched carnelian beads are the diamonds of the ancient world, prized by royals who live thousands of miles away and have never even seen your city. As you walk the streets, the defining characteristic of your world is the profound, overwhelming focus on civic harmony. You live in a society that channels the entirety of its massive industrial output into civic engineering, extensive trade networks, and the absolute comfort of the community. It is an egalitarian miracle, a society built entirely on the mastery of resources and the pursuit of order. By 7 p.m., the sun begins to set over the western plains, turning the dusty sky into a canvas of deep violet and bright orange. You return to your cool private courtyard. The evening meal is deeply flavorful and incredibly varied. You eat flatbreads made of locally ground wheat, dipping them in rich mustard oil. There are clay bowls filled with spiced lentils, roasted river fish caught fresh from the Indus, and the meat of domesticated fowl. You share this meal with your extended family in the quiet sanctuary of your home. After the meal, the evening transitions into quiet leisure. In the corner of the courtyard, you and a fellow merchant engage in a complex board game. You throw perfectly carved, dotted ivory dice, moving small stone pieces across a wooden grid. The fact that your society devotes precious time and highly skilled labor to producing exquisite board games and beautifully crafted dice speaks volumes about the immense surplus, the deep stability, and the peaceful soul of your cities. By 10 p.m., the great metropolis settles into a profound, ordered silence. You climb the narrow brick stairs to the flat roof of your house. The air is cooling, carrying the faint, distant rushing sound of the mighty river slipping past the city walls in the dark. The city is unlit, but the moonlight reflects off the perfectly straight, endless rows of baked brick architecture, creating a landscape of flawless, geometric shadows. You look out toward the eastern horizon. You feel entirely secure in the perfection of the grid. But the subtle force that will eventually change your perfect world is not something you can see. It is the sky itself. Over the next few centuries, the global climate will begin a massive, gradual shift. The life-giving monsoon rains, the absolute foundation of your vast agricultural network, will begin to move further and further east. The great rivers that feed hundreds of your sister cities will slowly, agonizingly dry up, turning the fertile plains into a harsh, arid environment. When the water finally stops flowing, your people will simply pack their belongings. They will quietly, peacefully migrate east toward the Ganges River basin to begin anew, leaving the perfect brick avenues to be swallowed completely by the shifting sands of time. But tonight, the wells are still full. The carnelian is still glowing in the kilns, and the intricately carved seals still command the trade of the ancient world. You look up at the brilliantly clear, unpolluted night sky, completely unaware that the silent, peaceful bricks beneath your feet have secured a legacy of human ingenuity that will outlast the memory of 1,000 kings. This video is brought to you by the Paladin Learn History app. Scan the QR code to learn more history.